It's very strange, isn't it, how the Catholic Church says that indigenous people are beasts, wild animals, savages. In the past, they were hunted down by the conquistadors with dogs. Once the limbs had been ripped off them, they pulled their muskets out and shot them to finish off the job. I have friends whose family members in the past were treated this way, and they still hold trauma, they still hold pain inside them. When they speak about it, you can still hear the emotions, their voice trembling. You can still see, you think, water swelling up in their eyes. And as a white person, sometimes you feel a little bit guilty. But this is not a white person's problem. This is the problem of a mentality which can be taken on by anyone, because it's a virus like the coronavirus. It's something which you can contaminate other people with through education, by living in that society, by being brought up with those ideals. The Catholic Church comes to these poor communities where shamans live, where shamans have the power to change the weather, where they have power to find remedies from the plants, where they have power to speak to spirits and to heal people. And that healing is good, and that power can be used for bad, just as the Catholic Church uses a lot of its power to rape children, to cover up paedophilia, which shamans actually don't do. I think if you look at the whole picture, the Catholic Church has created far more evil than the shamans ever have. But one thing is very interesting. When you're ill, you don't go to a priest to get better, you go to a doctor, because a priest and a doctor, they're two separate things. They shouldn't be. With the interconnectedness of things, one person, a leader, they should understand the network of things, the connections of things. A Bible doesn't heal you. If you've got syphilis, Bible doesn't heal you. If you're ill with cold, Bible doesn't heal you. If you've got epilepsy, the Bible doesn't heal you. But the people that can heal these things are called savage beasts. They're the people which are hunted down in the past by dogs. They're the people whose culture is being slowly eradicated and destroyed by the Catholic Church as we speak now, and Christianism, evangelism, anything that's related to Christianity, hates anything which is outside of its power. Anything that has a power that can connect you to the source of God or to nature is seen as evil and devil worship. Yet at the same time, these Christian folk don't seem to have the power, technique, ability, connection to invoke God's great will to cure people, as many people as the shamans can. Of course, the Christians say that they do cure people. They do it on belief and faith. You have to go to the church and they put their hands on you and they pray, and maybe the illness goes. Maybe it doesn't. Most of the time it doesn't. Most of the time it's not about getting rid of your illness, it's about getting you into their faith. It's about changing your ideas and values and perceptions of reality. It's about asking you to leave your culture behind and to develop a new culture with them. It's actually extremely arrogant and invasive. But that's the way it goes. The indigenous people are often thought to be savages, wild, nasty, dirty, murderous people, unlike their civilized counterparts that actually have raped, murdered and killed. There seems to be very little difference between civility and savagery, except how you go about the great plan of control. Savage people don't really wish to control other people. They're much more happy feeling free. And it's that freedom which the Catholic Church is scared of. It's that freedom of having your own personal relationship with God that the Catholic Church is scared of. The Catholic and the Christians, they wish you to come to God through the Bible. The Bible is the interface, the intermediary. There is no direct telephone line to the Saviour, because the Saviour doesn't save you. Savagery, or free people, or indigenous people, the Vikings, the Gauls, the Anglo-Saxons, the Judds, the people that existed before the rule and tyranny of Catholicism and Christianity, those were free people, those were savages, those were people that lived in harmony with nature. And here comes the problem. People base civilization on what they can see, on the manifestation, For instance, food, etiquette, buildings, literature. The savage people, or the indigenous people, they don't pay as much importance on this as the refined people. They pay importance on who someone is, their honesty, emotions. And the people like the shamans, they pay attention to the unseen worlds, the worlds which the civilized people can't see. And because the civilized people can't see, they feel threatened, and they feel they have to destroy those people that can see them. And that is happening right at this moment. You continuing this education of head boy, monitor, head girl, prefect, you are solidifying a concept ideology which says it's changed from the past of this routine murder and assassination of people, but it's just expressing itself differently. The same ideologies are being carried forth, but in a different way. In order to break out of this madness, the whole world is turning mad. You have men that want to be women, women that want to be men, children that want to be men, children that want to be women, boys that are girls, girls that are boys. You have children that are getting operations before they should have operations. You're having, 20% of children being sexually abused. You're having children killing children. You're having torture and murder. You're having wars. You're having the pharma companies not giving out remedies to illnesses so that they can get more money off you from medications that you need to buy. All of this madness in the world starts from the home, it starts from school. If you don't wish to be part of that world, you have to educate yourself. You have to take that head boy, head girl badge off. You have to be clever. A clever that's outside of the confines of the school, outside of what the school teachers teach you. You have to read the things that the teachers aren't reading. You have to become so interested in a tiny, minute subject that you can go deep, 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 deep. Years and years and years of study. Not every day, but just as a passion. You have to find passion in education. You have to find something that you love. Oscar Wilde said that if you study a grain of sand, you can understand the universe, the world. What he meant by that was that if you study something very small and specific, you can see the greater connectedness of the world. You can refer from a microcosm to a macrocosm. If you understand how something small works, you understand how something big works. The interconnectedness of things is something different. You need to understand how things are not separated, but everything is joined together. And when school separates stuff and teaches stuff as separate units, it's destroying the way that you think. It's destroying your perception of the world. School needs to teach not subjects and information. It needs to teach you how things are connected together. And then you can develop a different perception of the world. And then when your perception of the world is different, your behavior is different. And when your behavior is different, you affect other people in a positive way. School teaches a distorted vision of the world. And that is where distorted behavior comes from. It's solidifying a system which is ill. You need to look at the correct system, the correct way of thinking, the correct truth, because there are different truths. Everyone says that, well, this is a truth and that's a truth. The only truth at the end of the day which really exists is your truth, what you understand. But to come to your truth, you have to educate yourself. You have to really put in time, effort, and that requires discipline. It's a journey. Enjoy it.